Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again.
It's time for the J. Craig 5, maybe 10-minute movie review.
Hey, welcome to Movies Over Coffee. I'm Jay of the J. Craig Podcast. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button, like and follow us. Check out all our movie reviews as well as all of our podcasts. You can go to thejcraig.com to get all of our content. So last night I saw Mission Impossible Fallout, otherwise known as Mission Impossible 6. Now, if you've seen one Mission Impossible movie, you've seen them all. This is more the same. Action, thrills, stunts, trickery and disguises, Tom Cruise, running, a lot. So it's more of the same, but that's not a bad thing. So Fallout takes place after Rogue Nation. Ethan Hunt has captured Lang, the leader of the syndicate, and put him in jail instead of killing him. And it's that decision which is going to haunt him throughout this movie. And in fact, the movie starts off with that idea that he's being haunted by the decisions that he has made in the past movies. So this is not about just a mission. The mission that you choose to accept. This is about the choices that go beyond the mission. Ethan Hunt's one of these guys who doesn't want to sacrifice one person in order to save millions. He wants to save everybody. And it's very valiant, it's very heroic, but can he do that? And what effect will that have on the rest of the story? So this becomes much more of a character-driven story as opposed to simply about a mission. Everything he cares about, everything that he loves, everything that he is going to be affected at the end of this movie, and it's about the choices that he has to make beyond that. The movie states several times that peace comes through great suffering. Now, that's not just a theme of the story, that is actually a theme of the character for Ethan Hunt. He's only going to get peace through great suffering, and he is going to suffer throughout this movie. But that's the genius of a good storyteller. Christopher McQuarrie knows how to craft a story, so he's intertwining the different themes, and it's seamless. Like, you don't recognize it until after you start thinking about it. Like, that is a great way to tell a story. So genius on display here when it comes to the writing of this movie. And again, this is not about a mission in general. This is about the effects of those missions that it have on him and the people that he loves and the choices that you make. So everyone's back for this movie. You have Tom Cruise, Alec Baldwin, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Rebecca Ferguson, Michelle Monaghan. So everyone's back in this movie, including the new edition of Henry Cavill. And everyone's in here except for Jeremy Renner. Hawkeye was absent in Infinity War. Now he's absent in Mission Impossible 6. Where are you, Jeremy Renner? Where are you, Hawkeye? I know he hasn't been killed off in Rogue Nation because Craig would have went off the deep end if that happened. So I know he's still alive, but where is he in this movie? I don't know. Now, I mentioned that it's everything that you expect. And I think one thing that you expect by going into a Mission Impossible movie is the stunts, especially Tom Cruise being just ridiculously ballsy in these movies. Whether it's him hanging off the wires, trying to not touch the ground and using every ounce of his muscles to stay above ground, or him hanging on for dear life as a plane ascends in the sky. Whatever the case may be, he's doing this stuff real. And that's what's really amazing is that he's really putting himself out there. I love Tom Cruise movies because of it. He's giving everything he has in his movies. But there's one sequence in particular that's going to get a lot of attention. That's the helicopter sequence. You've seen some of it in the trailers probably, but it is fascinating. It is intense, harrowing. It's shot with such a frenetic energy that you feel like you're on board with him, and it is pretty damn crazy. So wait for that sequence. You're going to love it. I was on the edge of my seat, knowing that he's going to make it out of this, but how is he going to do it? Really well done. Now, it's not a Mission Impossible movie without some chases, right? So, of course, you're going to have him on a bike being chased, right? And then you have him chasing a bike. And these all kind of working together. They're all seamlessly into one scene and the next. And then he's on his feet running again. I was running. So it's got everything you need from a Mission Impossible movie, but a good story that keeps going deeper and deeper into character, which is what I love about it. Now, let's talk about Henry Cavill and the mustache that destroyed the Justice League. So if you don't know, in Justice League, Superman, when they did reshoots, he was making Mission Impossible 6, and he had a mustache. So they couldn't remove the mustache, he couldn't shave it, so they decided to digitally remove it in the movie. So if you didn't know it, you wouldn't see it. But if you knew about it, you can't unsee it. So there's scenes in the Justice League where you can see his lip just looks really weird. That's because they digitally removed the mustache. Now, Henry Cavill is somebody that I'm paying really good attention to. I love him, and everything he is in, he's fantastic. I wish he was in more. He's more of a hammer in this movie. If Ethan Hunt is the blade, then Walker, Henry Cavill's Walker, is a hammer. And he is a wrecking ball. And he's fascinating in this movie. And I loved him in this movie. And I can't wait to see more of him in any movie, for that matter. Now, Tom Cruise has to sacrifice or at least suffer in this movie in order for him to gain peace. That's what this movie's theme is. And he goes through a lot. And, I mean, he puts himself out there. That's one thing I love about Tom Cruise movies. Again, I said earlier, he puts himself out there. And he leaves it all on the screen. And there's scenes where it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing because he probably doesn't. And he's just improvising. He is a fantastic actor. No matter if he might be an alien or never aging or whatever the case may be, he's awesome, and I love his movies because he gives you everything he has for those sequences. Now, the one thing that I'm really impressed by with these recent Mission Impossible movies is that they are connecting the stories. This is not just Mission 1, 2, 3, and 6. These are about now a connective tissue that are combining the stories based upon the actions from previous movies. James Bond started to do that too. Instead of being just James Bond's story and then they don't connect, they're just individual stories, they're starting to connect. And the decisions that they're making previously are affecting the outcomes of these new movies and new stories. Ultimately, I love this movie. I can't say enough about it, and I don't have anything to nitpick, which is kind of odd. From the acting, to the direction, the screenplay, the action, the stunts, the theme of the story, everything is really well done, and I loved it, and I think you will too. Don't forget to leave me your comments below if you liked the movie and what you thought about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the J. Craig over here, right there, bloop, and check out our other videos. Thank you for listening to Movies Over Coffee. I'm Jay of the J. Craig. Till next time.